What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Every once in a while I like to do a video where I share things I've learned on my journey of building a GunTube channel, building a community where we discuss guns, self-defense, and just two-way type of comments and ideas. And this is one of those videos. So if you're thinking about starting a channel or you are currently trying to grow a channel, this video is for you. I'm going to share 10 things that I've learned so far since the last time I made a similar video. And you guys let me know in the comments section, what do you think, if you agree or if you find these videos helpful. So without further ado, let's get going. Number one is make yourself known to brands. Now, I used to be under this belief that if you build it, they will come. That is a fallacy. It does not work that way. I was sadly mistaken. I had to learn that just because I started to grow a following, just because I started to get a bunch of views, it did not mean that brands will ultimately find me and want to work with me. I would have to go out there and find the brands, show them what I'm working on, explain video concepts or ideas that I had, and see if they wanted to work with me. It kind of goes back to the whole closed mouths don't get fed idea. You want something, you have to go out and get it. They may not necessarily find you. Now, there may be times where a brand does find you. That's fine. But more often than not, I have found that the brands that I'm currently working on with concepts and products now, I went out and I reached out to them, explained to them my ideas of what I'm trying to do. And we're working on partnering together and putting out great content for you guys watching my video. So number one is make yourself known. Brands do not know you exist. There's tons and tons and tons of creators out there. Reach out to these brands, reach out to these companies, and you'll find that they may not necessarily always want to work with you or always be ready to work with you, or you may not be what they're looking for, but at least you're putting your best foot forward and reaching out to those brands and making them know that, hey, I'm out here, I'm putting out consistent videos. These are the type of videos I'm doing. Check out my channel and let me know what you think, if we can work together. So make yourself known to these brands. Number two, consistency goes hand in hand with your channel growth. To give you a perfect example, one of my good buddies, Concrete Cowboy, shout out to him. He's been a huge supporter of my channel, and for a while, I used to have more subscribers than him. But as of late, he has been on fire. Shout out to him for reaching 30,000 subs not too long ago. If you're not subscribed to him, please go subscribe to him. He puts out fire content. Now, what I have learned from him, even though he said he's learned a lot from me, what I have learned from him is that consistency is everything. He puts out videos consistently. And not only are they consistent, you can bet that the video and the content that he's putting out is mint. It is of great quality. It's high quality. So you can't just put out 1 or 2 videos, take a 2-month break, then put out another video, take a week break. You have got to be consistent. You have to treat your channel as if you're running a TV show. And it may feel like, you want to put out videos when you feel like it, but if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to be consistent, you have to have a schedule where you're consistently putting out videos. And that's something that I am currently working on to fix, because I want to be more consistent with my videos. I want my viewers to understand and know that I'm consistently going to put out videos. So something that I'm still working very hard at. So I have found that the guys who are very consistent with their programming and they're putting out consistent videos weekly or every 3 days or every 5 days, as long as you have some type of consistent number, you will grow that much faster. So please be consistent. Don't just put out a video today and then 3 weeks later put out another one, then a month later put out another one, because what ends up happening is I have also learned that YouTube favors consistency as well, because let's say I put out a video, it does well, it's a 1 out of 10 video, it's killing it, and then I take a 2-month hiatus and then put out another video. Even if it is a banger, a lot of times it takes YouTube some time to reintroduce your content to the community. It takes some time for that momentum that you built to start building again. So you don't build momentum and then save that momentum, and then 2 months later or 3 months later or 3 weeks later, that momentum kicks back in from that point. You kind of start back down and you have to build that momentum up again. So you have to stay extremely consistent. So come up with a schedule, come up with a plan, and stick to it. Number 3, don't just do videos like commercials. Don't just pick out a product and do a video explaining that product. There are so many videos of products out there, especially in the gun space. And because companies aren't putting out new products as often as we would like, I mean, obviously, there's only so much they can do. A lot of times, if you're new or if you're trying to grow your channel, you're going to have to talk about products that have already come out. Maybe they came out a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So by the time you're doing a video, there's so many videos out there that are describing the products. Essentially, a lot of videos come off as commercials, and they're very similar, the same talking points, etc., etc. Instead of just doing that, do video concepts. So to give you an example, I'm currently working with 945 Industries on a video concept that I'm working on talking about off-body carry. Now, in that video, I'm not just presenting their carry bags as the main focal point of the video. The main focal point of the video is off-body carry, because I didn't used to off-body carry. I was strictly an appendix carry person, and I recently started to do more off-body carrying. And other brands that I'm currently working on that I'm going to be discussing in that video as well is Law Tactical, Recovery Tactical with their new 2020 X brace. And there's different brands that I'm currently working on that are going to be mentioned in that video. So the video is not so much about the product specifically, but about the concept and the idea of off-body carrying. And I'm presenting the different products that I've been using, testing out, and running on a daily basis, and working with the brand to show you guys what I've learned and the pros and cons, and outlining a general idea around the topic, and not just showing you guys some commercial about the product, because you can find videos on each and every one of those products individually that do a very good job of explaining that product. But that's just not the type of video I want to do. I want to talk about the off-body carrying topic and concept, and then introduce the products that make that possible, that are helping change my mind about what I think about off-body carrying. So don't just do videos and commercials about different products and pick out different products. Think of ideas, think of concepts that you can actually put together and do a video that may not necessarily have been done before, somebody may have not done before. So it just gives your audience something fresh to watch, even though the products have already been out and there's tons of videos out about that product. Plus, brands like to see that you can think outside of the box and present their products in a different way, where the viewer can learn something new and learn a different perspective because you explain it in that way. So think about that next time you're gonna do a video about a product. Number 4, watch more YouTube and not just GunTube content. Doing content on social media is a skill. A lot of us will start off saying that we're doing this as a hobby. We're not doing to do a high production type of thing. But to be honest, it is a skill that you'll learn. And the more information you take in about that skill, the better you get. I have learned so much about producing content and videos from other industries, such as basketball videos, travel videos, running guys. I've been watching a lot of running content, because those guys have to think outside of the box to come out with fresh and new ideas to present information and content in a way that doesn't bore their viewers, that is not repetitive, that hasn't been done before. So you can learn a lot by watching content and watching YouTube videos from other industries. For example, I love watching fishing stuff. I love watching catch and cook videos. I love watching boat videos. And you don't have to watch videos on things that you don't like. Pick out different topics, different niches that you enjoy, and watch videos on those, and pay attention to how they're delivering the content, the different angles, the way that they're recording, the way that they're placing any product that they may be placing in front of you, the way that they may be advertising to you without you knowing that they're advertising to you. There's a lot of guys out there, a lot of guys and girls out there who are putting out excellent content that you can learn so much from. So don't just watch GunTube content and gun content. Watch a myriad of content from different industries so you can learn things and bring it back to the industry that you're looking to put out content for. So make sure that you're well versed and learn something new. And I used to think that you watched content from guys who are teaching you about filming and recording and all that, but you can learn so much from different types of content that are not necessarily trying to teach you how to do content. So think about that as well. Number 5, we have to stop with the purist thinking. I used to fall for that, the purist thinking of, yeah, I don't want to sell anything, or I'm not going to do affiliate marketing, or I'm not going to take on sponsorships or anything like that because I'm going to be, you can be an honest creator with morals and with backbone that still is able to monetize and make money from the content. Just because it's a hobby, just because you enjoy doing it, doesn't mean you can't make money from it. Now, am I saying that you're going to be able to replace your 9 to 5 and make a ton of money right away? That's not what I'm saying. But doing this is expensive. Guns are expensive, products are expensive. And the more you get into it, the more you learn about new products. And if you can offset that cost with doing some type of affiliate marketing and partnering with brand or sponsorships, and you can do it in an ethical way that works, that you're still able to have your voice and you're still able to be honest with your audience, go ahead and do it, because it's going to help you. A lot of us have families and we have bills, and in this economy, every little bit helps. So we got to put that purist thinking aside and figure out ways that you can monetize your content and monetize the things that you're doing, even if it's a hobby, even if you don't want it to be a full production thing. You can make money from this, and you can use some of that money to offset the costs of buying products and testing out products, because what I have found is, yes, I'm getting products to test them out and do content, but at the same time, I'm using these products on a day-to-day basis. I use them in real life. I don't just buy products to do videos and put them aside. I want to do videos on products that I'm actually using, that I'm actually running. So if you can offset the cost of that with the right strategic partnership and the right affiliate program, and you can do it in a way that you can still have integrity, please do it, because it's going to save you some headache. It's going to save you some time. And what ends up happening is, when you do that, when you don't figure out a way to do that, you're paying for everything out of pocket. There's going to come times where you can't afford to get new things, and maybe you're not able to produce more videos, or your videos slow down, and then that affects the consistency, and then that affects your growth. So again, every little bit counts. Just think about a way that you can do that and still have integrity, still be honest with your audience, and not be a shill, essentially. So never had any issues with people making money with the content. It's just it's how you choose to make that money and present the information to your audience. So super important. Number 6, how do I put this? Pride will keep your channel small. Pride will keep your channel small. Try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things because you feel like you're not going to get views. Don't be afraid to try new video concepts because you think that video is going to be an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, and it's not going to get a lot of views. Stop looking at it that way. Do the content. Don't be afraid to record yourself. There is a time where I used to be at the range and I used to be scared to death to put up a tripod and record myself doing things. It comes down to it, most people at the range don't give a fuck what you're doing. They don't give a shit what you're doing. They don't. So you're in your head about something that other people don't even care about. And I learned this from watching fitness influencers explain this. Like, now, I am in the belief that, the way that fitness influencers are introducing cameras in the gym can be disruptive to people. But as long as you're not being disruptive, don't be afraid to record yourself. Don't be afraid to test out a new concept, a new idea. If it doesn't get any views, fine. But you never know. That new idea, that new concept may take your channel to the next level. Don't let pride keep your channel small. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Number 7, develop your own ideas, thoughts, and beliefs. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be a channel that you saw. Don't just regurgitate other things. Don't be yourself. So many people try to be someone else, and People that watch content consistently, especially if they subscribe to your channel, they'll pick up on your personality. They'll pick up on who you are as a person. If you're trying to be someone else, that's noticeable as well. I find that a big part of a successful channel, from what I've seen, is they have their own personality. They have beliefs they stand on. They have a backbone, integrity. And even the guys that don't have integrity, they have their own personalities that they display on camera. They're not monotone. They don't just read off of a script. Develop your own ideas, stand by them, have a backbone, have integrity, and present yourself as you are. Be yourself. Because what ends up happening is you're putting out videos and every video is going to be different. It's going to be a different personality. It's going to be different you, because you're essentially putting on a mask in your content. Be yourself. That way it's that much easier to record content and be consistent with your voice when you're talking about something in your videos. Number 8, don't be afraid to change your mind and let your audience know. You'll find that in my channel, there's plenty of videos where I was like, I was wrong about this, or I changed my mind about that. For example, I just mentioned off-body camera. That's a video concept that I'm working on currently. I did not used to believe in off-body carrying. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was not a good idea. And I'm slowly but surely changing my mind about that, because the longer you carry, especially appendix, the more you realize that not every situation requires you to carry appendix. It can be uncomfortable. It can be impractical. And I have found that it is okay to off-body carry as long as you're also training to deploy your weapon, your firearm, in that off-body carry method that you're doing. So it is okay to change your mind. It is okay to say that you were wrong. It is okay to tell your audience that. People will appreciate the honesty. They will appreciate the humanity of it all, because we're all humans. We all make mistakes, and we're all here to learn. If you try to be perfect in your content, it's a recipe for success. Be transparent, be human, and people will love you more for it in your videos. Number 9, negative comments are like 1% of the comments that you're gonna get. And for the longest, I used to give a huge deal about what people used to say negatively in my comment section, even though 99% of the other comments were positive and uplifting and supportive. Ignore those negative comments. I got a comment the other day on one of my videos. One of my most popular videos is, and the guy was saying how, oh, he loves how I'm presenting suggestions on belts, and my belt looks relatively brand new, basically implying that I probably don't even use that belt. So why am I suggesting people to get that belt if I'm just faking it for the video? And in the past, I would have responded that I have autism, OCD, where I like to take very good care of my things. Even when I was in the military, my fitness stuff, my cars, I like to take very good care of my things. So my Hunter Constantine belt looks brand new now, and I wear that thing almost every day. My Leisure Carry belt looks brand new now. The only thing is they all have that bent shape because it takes shape of your form, but they pretty much look brand new because I take very good care of my things. And I would have commented that in the past. You know what? I just hit like his comment and I just kept it moving. Ignore the negative comments. There are 1% of the comments that you're going to get. Most of the comments I get are supportive, they're uplifting, they're positive. People thanking me for putting out my content, telling me that they learned something or that they enjoy my content, or tell me that I should put out more content, which is a compliment in my book. So ignore the negative comments. There's people out there who are so bitter, who are so upset with their own lives, with their own output, with their own whatever, that they feel better about themselves putting out vile and negative and mean comments on other people's comment section. And I know this because I've clicked on people that said something negative in one of my videos, and YouTube will show you if they've commented other comments, and oh and behold, every single comment they put out in my channel is negative. Like, if you don't like my content, why are you constantly commenting? Why are you here? So it's not you, it's them. If they have a problem within themselves, just ignore them. Hit like. You know, sometimes I thank them for the engagement and then I keep it moving. Completely ignore those negative comments. They're stupid, and it's not about you, it's about them. And then lastly, understand the platform you're posting on. understand the platform you're posting on. Learn about YouTube. Learn more about YouTube and its habits. I'm going to use an example for this one. I've been trying to grow on Instagram for a while. I kind of gave up for a while there, and recently I started to pick it back up, and because I was like determined to grow. And the problem with Instagram is when you're a gun content creator, they suppress your content. They'll tell you we can't show your content to people who don't follow you. So that's very important because it prevents you from growing, because people who don't follow you don't see your content. But I have come to learn that if you consistently post on Instagram and you interact with the people who already follow you on Instagram, and you interact with brands that you're posting their stuff, and you invite them as collaborators, and you just are consistent with that, you will start to grow. As a matter of fact, I went from thinking nobody saw my Instagram post because of whatever to now I'm at what, 27,000 monthly viewership on my Instagram channel. So you can grow. It'll be slower, much slower than you would like, but it's possible. If I was able to do this in about a month and a half that I've been consistent on Instagram now, or almost 2 months. So I'm very excited to see what it will be like next year, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. So I'm having conversations with brands I never thought I'd have conversations with. They're messaging me, I'm messaging them, and it's a great feeling knowing that, hey, even though Instagram are a bunch of haters and they're commies, there's still a way that you can grow, be persistent, be consistent. And I just told myself I'm going to post at least once or twice per day. I'm going to interact with a lot of content that I see. I'm going to share content. I'm going to share things I like. I'm going to comment on things. I'm going to reply to stories, and I'm going to be more interactive. And it has paid dividends. Now, I didn't gain 10,000 followers in a month or whatever, but I've been consistently getting followers daily, whether it's gaining 3 followers yesterday, 2 today, 4 tomorrow. It is consistently growing, and my viewership is consistently growing. So I went from getting 1,200 views in a month, or 800 views in a month, to now 27,000 or whatever it is. And yeah, it's all about consistency and learning the platform that you're posting on. So do your best to try to learn the tendencies and how the platform works and work around it. I've had videos recently I posted on YouTube that got the dreaded yellow, orange money sign. But then yesterday I posted something else. I thought I was going to get another orange money sign, but it was green. So try to pay attention to the patterns, the trends. And even if you get a setback, keep going. But what ends up happening is you learn more and you get better at posting things in a way that, not saying that you're circumventing what they're trying to do, but you're working around limitations that you may have in whatever platform you're trying to grow. Now, the only platform I haven't tried this on is TikTok, because I don't know what happened to TikTok, but I can't post anything on TikTok without it getting shut down as soon as it's posted. So, I mean, I'll keep learning about that. But as far as Instagram and YouTube goes, which I think are the 2 biggest platforms you can grow on, that make a big difference as far as like having a influence and working with brands and such, there's a way. It's still possible. You can still do it. I'm living proof of that. Now, can you try out Patreon? Can you try out the other platforms? I forget what the other platforms are called. Yes, but it's that much harder to grow on them, even if they're not as picky and nitpicky as Instagram and YouTube. I rather grow Instagram and YouTube first, and then work on those smaller platforms after the fact. So that's just my strategy. But those are the 10 things I've learned so far. I mean, I'm learning things every single day as I post. Like I said, my following on YouTube is not that big, but we're gonna hit 20,000 here soon. We're about to hit 17,000, and we're gonna keep continuing to grow. I'm going to continue to be consistent, and as I introduce more brands and partnerships and sponsorships to the channel, I hope that you guys enjoy those and see the effort that I put into the channel and into working with brands that make sense to work with, that let me keep my integrity, that let me keep my voice. And I hope you guys enjoy those videos. So definitely more videos coming. Like I said, partnerships with brands such as Recovery Tactical, Ruger, Taurus. I have a video coming out soon talking about modularity and how, listen, Some of these new modular guns like the RXM, you know, they may change my mind about carrying my Zev all the time. You know, I've had some not so positive experiences with not with the Zev product, but you know, with Zev as a company. So like, you know, I'm gonna share that with you guys. So like, just being more transparent about things like that, I think are a big deal and go a long way growing a channel, because people understand that you're not just some gun tuber that doesn't live the same lifestyle. We're all living the same life, just different journeys, different paths. And I just want to share my path, my journey, and hopefully the things I've learned, the things I go through are of value to you guys, and it helps you guys navigate your path, your journey that much better. So that's the goal. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that it put things into perspective for guys that are thinking about starting a channel. It is never too late. I still see in Reddits that telling people that is, don't even bother starting a YouTube channel with guns. Don't even bother doing it. Don't listen to those guys. Because if I had listened to them, I wouldn't have almost 17,000 subs on YouTube, and I wouldn't be growing on Instagram right now. So follow your passion. You know, even if it's a hobby, follow your passion, get better, learn, be consistent, and you will grow. It may take longer than somebody else. It may take longer because of how you decide to do things. For example, I don't show my face a lot on my content, so it makes it that much harder to grow, but you will grow if you put out quality content. So be consistent, do great, do something positive, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.